in such a way that his legs were at a 45-degree angle, his back against the wall. I therefore could not yet see how big he was, and it was dark in this area where there was not a motel guest room. He wore a flannel shirt. He was pleasant to me. He seemed nerdy to me. I had begun to relax. After a few minutes, the other man went back into the room. The men seemed so different to me, so I thought some of them were from out of town and met at the motel. I asked the man where he was from. He told me they were friends from Long Island and liked to party. He told me that when they wanted to hang out, the men would tell their wives that they had taken a trip for business purposes. He said he wasn't married anymore. He said he owned a car dealership. I made a light, sarcastic joke that a dealer should not need to go on any business trip. He did not laugh. His demeanor changed. He said words to the effect that he was going on a business trip to Arizona the next week to pick up a car. He began to look at me like he was angry. I told him I was going to my room to get my cigarettes and began to walk past him. He quickly stood up from his leaning position and encircled me with his arm, urging me toward the door of the motel. He was now standing very close in front of me, and I looked up at him. I could see that he was huge. I exclaimed that, my God, he was tall. I could see that he was pleased at my shot. I tried to joke, but he remained serious. I did not want to go back in that room. I backed up from the door, noticed the car the men were interested in earlier parked close by. I faked interest in the car, asked it to show it to me. When he brought me to the car, we were in the light, and I could see it clearly. His size, face, demeanor, and attitude deeply scared me. He no longer spoke nicely to me. I told him if he would wait, I just needed to get my cigarettes. I told him I was scared because my room was far in a dark area of the motel. I asked him to watch me and wait for me to keep him from suspecting I was trying to get away. So he let me go. She then talks about how she felt when she got back. She said, scared and weak. She was sweating profusely, and she is certain that the huge man was Rex Urban. When I saw him on TV after he was arrested, I immediately recognized him as the man I had described above. I'm giving his affidavit to John Ray because I trust him. I do not trust the Suffolk County Police. And then she goes on about that. All right?